So if you don't already know, I just got back from vacation. I was going through a lot of the comments that I missed, and I had a lot of comments that were actually the same. People asking me to recommend some gourmand fragrances now that we're getting into that fall gourmand season. And so I actually never did a list about this, so I'm going to be giving you guys 5 gourmand fragrances that are designers that I think would be great to pick up for any collection. And so without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another fragrance video. Before I get into the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that. And if you do like this video, consider following me on Instagram and TikTok. I do 1-minute reviews, I do scent of the days, I do shorts, all that good stuff. So again, I was asked, I think it was like 6 or 7 different people asked me to recommend some good gourmand fragrances, and so in this video, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to get straight into it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yeah, 5. And so I'm going to get, I don't know why it was a 5 list, so I should have already known that. So the first one I'm going to get out of the way, you guys already know this is going to be my favorite fragrance that is a designer in my collection by Azzaro. This is the Most Wanted, or the Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense, depending on what you call it, but just so I don't confuse anybody, it is the Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense. So the main notes that you get in this are going to be the cardamom, the toffee, and the amberwood. While there is other facets in this fragrance, as you know, Azzaro does that 3-note breakdown. There's a little bit of spice in here, there's a little bit of aromatics, there's a little bit of this, there's a little bit of that. But to be honest with you, Azzaro fragrances, other than Wanted by Night, especially in the Wanted line, they really do stay within that realm of the main notes. It's like cardamom and this, toffee and this, amberwood and this. But for the most part, you do need to know those main 3 notes. So again, this is my favorite because it is a versatile, freshy gourmand. It's one of those gourmands that you can wear all year round. It's a night out fragrance during the spring and summer, and during the fall and winter you can wear it all day long. It is fantastic, super versatile, and it also is versatile as far as age is concerned. You can wear it when you're 15, you can wear it when you're 50. It is a very nice, playful but also mature at the same time fragrance. I can wear it in a suit and I can wear it whenever I'm going to the gym. It doesn't really matter. With that said, when you first spray the fragrance on, you get a mixture of that cardamom and toffee, and then also a little bit of that amber that comes from that amberwood, that sweetness. The cardamom gives it that fresh spiciness that allows you to wear it all year round. You also do get that toffee coming in, which gives it that gourmand, sweet, kind of creamy facet. And then again, you get some like vanillas and maybe like an amber or a tonka or something mixed in here. Very nice. You get some aromatics as well. Very, very beautiful fragrance. It's fresh, yet at the same time, it's sweet. It's gourmand. It makes you feel like you can literally eat it. If this was made into a pie or something, it would be one of my favorite pies just because it smells beautiful. But again, I'm not going to go too far into these because all I'm telling you about is this is a fantastic fragrance. You should pick it up. It lasts about 8 to 10 hours on your skin. With that said, it projects above average for the first 3 hours and then it dissipates. But I find myself getting wafts of this for at least 5 hours, so it's a great date night fragrance for sure. Going to the next one, it's the only freshie on this list. It's one that my wife bought me this year in May. It's one that I needed to definitely throw in here because of the fact that it can be used all year round, although I recommend it for spring, summer, fall, and I would not wear it in the winter. This is by Chanel. It is Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. This is the Eau de Parfum. I know people ask me about the Eau de Toilette. I don't even think they make that anymore, and if they do, don't buy it because even the Eau de Parfum doesn't have the best, have the best performance. So the main notes that you get in Edition Blanche are lemon, vanilla, musk, and sandalwood. There's also some amber creeping in here that they don't mention in the notes, but I always sense it. It's kind of what gives it this stickiness, this like warm stickiness to it, but I think they had it in the Eau de Toilette, and it's definitely the same fragrance, just better, I guess, better performance, but not really. I got this, never had the Eau de Toilette, but I heard the Eau de Toilette didn't have good performance. I would love to see how bad that performance was, because the performance on this is like 4 to 5 hours, and it only projects for like an hour and a half at moderate. So I would love to see how bad the Eau de Toilette performance is. With that said, I'm not trashing on this fragrance because it's more one of those personal enjoyment daytime fragrance gourmands that you don't have to wear for a long period of time. More like a morning fragrance. When you're waking up, you want to wear it from like 11 or 10 until 2. Fantastic to do that. You can also reapply or overspray if you want to make it last longer. So the way that I explain this in every video I've ever put it in earlier in the summer is that when you first spray it on, you get lemon, and you get a little bit of vanilla underneath here with some musk. And then as you work your way about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then you're like this, it's lemon and then the vanilla and the musk. And then as you're about 15 minutes, the vanilla's up here, the lemon's down here, and here comes some sandalwood. So the lemon is the main note in the opening. Then a little bit in, you get the lemon mixed with the vanilla and the musk, and then you get some sandalwood creeping in at about a half hour, and then it comes together and it creates like this lemon cream pie. While it doesn't like smell like, hey, that smells like a lemon cream pie, it's very close to where if you wanted to make a fragrance that didn't smell generic or synthetic, but you wanted to get it as close to a lemon cream pie as you possibly can, that's what this smells like. It smells like a Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche if you turned it into, or Allure Homme's Eau Extreme if you turned it into like a lemon cream pie type fragrance. And so that's why I like this. I think that it's unique. There's not many fragrances out there that do what it does outside of Novitis Siesta Drive, which you should try that out as well. But Edition Blanche is the more gourmand of the two. It does have that like almost whipped cream mixed with lemon type feel. Sandalwood even adds more of that creamy woodiness to it as well. And that amber, if there is a little bit in there, gives it that sweet stickiness as well. So that's Allure Homme Edition Blanche. It's fantastic. Lemon, creamy vanilla fragrance, and I would definitely pick it up. You get musks floating through the whole fragrance. Going into the third one. This one I didn't like when I first sprayed it on, like a year and a half or so ago, but once I did the second time, I don't know what it was. I ended up giving this away about 6 months ago, and then I had to buy a new one. As you can tell, it's brand new. This is by Hugo Boss. It is the Scent Private Accord. I figured once I showed you the bottle, I should probably say the name. So yeah, I did a giveaway of this, and the person won it, and it was like when I was at 250 subscribers. I think it was back in like February or March, and I was like, it's only $50. I have to buy a new bottle of it. So Boss the Scent Private Accord. The main notes that you get in it are maninka fruit, cacao, amberwood, ginger, and vanilla. There's also coffee mixed in there, but the best way to explain this is if you've ever smelled the scent DNA, that maninka fruit, the ginger, stuff like that mixed together. That maninka fruit is the main part of it that gives it that dry, dusty fruitiness. Mix that with like cacao, like dark chocolate, and then some vanilla and some sweetness and some aromatics, and then dial that maninka fruit and that DNA back to the bottom, and then you have the Scent Private Accord. It's my favorite in the line by far. I've tried the other ones, not a big fan of the line, but I do really like this. If you could turn dark chocolate into like a nice fragrance that doesn't come off super gourmand, but at the same time, it does have the chocolatey vibe, and it turns like dark chocolate into a fragrance. It's exactly what you get here, and it's very nice. It's very high class. It smells like it's a very well blended fragrance, and the quality here is through the roof. I would pay well over what the price they asked for it, and I don't even think it's in stores anymore, but you can find it on FragranceNet for $50. It lasts about 7 to 8 hours, and with that said, it's going to project a little bit between moderate and above average, about arm's length for the first 3 hours, and then it's going to be more of a personal bubble. And then at hour 6, it's more of a skin scent. So, Boss the Scent Private Accord. If you like chocolate, if you like the scent line, or if you don't like the scent line but you still want to keep trying it, the Scent Private Accord is going to be the way to go. Very nice gourmand. So going into the fourth one here on my list, the fourth one here on my list is going to be one that I picked up about a month and a half or so ago, and I don't even think any other reviewers have done a review on this. I don't know if I just got lucky. I got it on News Parfums. It's still there for $70. I don't find it on eBay. It hasn't been on FragranceNet, Fragrance Buy, or anything like that. But this is by Jean Paul Gaultier. It is Scent Le Parfum. I love the bottle. The original one, I was sent a decant from one of my subscribers, and when I got that, I liked it. I liked it a lot, but then there was something about it. When I kept wearing it, I wasn't sure if it was worth a full bottle. Then I saw this and I was like, I wonder if the Le Parfum will be good. So since I wasn't going to buy a full bottle of the original, I went to buy a full bottle of this. Bought it about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and I'm glad I did. So the main notes you get in Scent Le Parfum are geranium, tonka bean, and sandalwood. And then there's also, even though it doesn't say it in the notes online, there's also going to be the caramel from the original, as well as some clary sage and other things in there like vanilla and whatnot. The caramel and the tonka bean are what give it that gourmand facet. If you don't like the original, you're not going to like this because it still does have the feeling of the original. So when you first spray it on, you get that caramel on there, you get the geranium, and you get some clary sage, giving it that like aromatic freshness. And then you get very, very, very quickly that caramel mixing with the tonka bean to give it like a sweet stickiness. So it's hard to explain this fragrance. Some people get coconut from it because I think it reminds them of Le Beau. And if you have smelled Le Beau, consider Le Beau but as a fall, like a deeper, darker, warmer fragrance, and that is what you get in Scent Le Parfum. It's like it doesn't have much spice in here, but it does have this like fresh gourmand, almost like Most Wanted, but a little bit darker. Whenever I sprayed this on, I was like, that smells just like the original. But then about 5 minutes in, I was like, oh my God, that smells absolutely amazing. And it's one of those fragrances that you just want to keep wearing and keep wearing. My wife absolutely digs it. It projects above average for the first 2 hours. It lasts on my skin for 10, so it does do what a parfum does. It doesn't have any of that weak performance like we've seen over the parfums this year. Scent Le Parfum, if you like the gourmand, you like the caramels, you like the tonka beans, you'll definitely like this fragrance. It's in the line of something like Black Excess and the Most Wanted, where they have that caramel, that stuff like that. I know that this one has toffee, but it comes across as something similar. It's just a little bit darker. So that's Scent Le Parfum. Now moving into the last one on my list. This one technically isn't my favorite in the line. But with that said, it's the most gourmand one on the line, and I still do like it. It's just sometimes it comes off cloyingly sweet to me. By EMPORIO Armani, it is Stronger With You Intensely. The main notes you get in Intensely are pink pepper, cinnamon, vanilla, and amber. And then there's also toffee in here as well. And so what they do is they take that original Stronger With You DNA, and even though they say they remove the chestnut and replace it for toffee, I don't really care. I still smell that nuttiness, and I know it's probably from that vanilla, but it's just, it comes off like that to me. So you could tell me all you want that there's no chestnut in this fragrance. It smells like it to me, especially. And I do have to tell you, and I have to get it out of the way now. So many people, even reviewers, say that Strong With You Intensely smells like Most Wanted. It does not smell even close. Not anywhere close. If you want to compare the Most Wanted to anything, Strong With You absolutely would be the closest, and they're not even close. I don't know where they get that from. Most Wanted is like this fresh cardamom and toffee mixture. This one is like sweetness dialed to 11 with vanilla, cinnamon, and all this stuff all packed together, thrown in your face, and then you get that toffee on top. And again, it feels like that Stronger With You DNA, just mixed with a little bit of like a more gourmand facet with the sweetness dialed to 11. Best way to put it. If you don't like overly sweet fragrances, this is the sweetest fragrance I have in my collection. I sometimes don't like it because of that factor, but sometimes I'll just spray it on one time on my shirt, and I'll be like, okay, that's cool. Or sometimes I won't spray it on my shirt or body at all. I'll only spray it on my wrists, so it's further away from my face, and I like it then. I don't know how anybody else feels about this fragrance. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But Strong With You Intensely, For a Gourmand, I understand a lot of people do like it. So if you do like the very nice, sweet, but overly sweet fragrances, that's going to be one that you might want to pick up. So out of all of these, I'd still say that this one is probably my favorite, followed by number 2 or 3. All of them are actually really close. The only one that I would put at last is Intensely because of that possible sweet overload for me. But anyway, let me know what some of your favorite designer Gourmand fragrances are. I would have put Uomo by Ferragamo in this, but or any of my other discontinued fragrances. But with that said, even that Noir Extreme could have been in there. But with that said, I don't have the Uomo, Ferragamo, or the Black XS right now, so I didn't put those in this list because I don't have the full bottles of them right now. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Let me know in the comments, and then I'll be back with another video. Peace out.